Hey guys, Dan here. Welcome to another Connors review on the Dan Reviews It channel. So we're looking at last night's episode, which is One Flew Over the Connors Nest, and there are 11 episodes now of the season. I was saying last week there was 10, so this would be like exactly the halfway mark. But now there's 11 because ABC did add one. So this is episode 6. We're a little bit past the halfway mark now, but yeah, we get an extra episode, so there's 5 to go. And I thought this was a pretty good one. Essentially, what happens is we are taking the thread of the Becky pregnancy storyline from last week, and we are moving it into this week, and having her struggle a little bit with figuring out how to pay for the baby, if she'll be a good mother, if she can stay sober through her pregnancy. So a few heavy issues here that we're looking at with Becky specifically. There is the lesbian couple we met last week at the restaurant, and she decides to let them sort of raise their baby and sort of, you know, maybe a trio, like they're going to let Becky be a huge part of the baby's life, but they're going to raise her basically. And Darlene kind of talks her out of that. So that's, you know, sort of a running thread. You know, that also was touched on last week with the lesbian couple. So, all right, so that's what the main story is with Becky. Other than that, we've got a chicken coop at the Connors house, which is one of the most, like, sitcom-y things that we've seen on the Connors or Roseanne in quite some time, honestly. Like, it reminded me of the I Love Lucy episode where they start, you know, becoming chicken farmers. And for some reason, it worked for me. I sometimes don't really like when they go too sitcom-y with the themes and the plots, but I don't know. I guess maybe because of some of the heavy stuff lately, you know, obviously the death of the Roseanne character and what certain people have been going through on the show, it seemed like, why not? You know, why not raise chickens? They've got small children in the house again, you know, that want pets. So sure, let's do chickens. And then, of course, we have the parallel that Jackie draws, you know, between the chickens and herself, which is, you know, a pretty funny scene with her and Dan, but also, you know, a little bit touching as well, as Roseanne tends to do. I thought John Goodman was great this episode. He went with the entire bizarre concept of the chicken coop and just nailed his lines about it. I just thought he was in top form. He was very funny this week. In terms of everybody else, well, once again, we saw DJ and Gina for one scene. So not much to say there. Emma Kenny as Harris. Is she even in the show anymore? I think she was in the premiere episode. And then I'm not sure if we've seen her since. I don't think she was in last night's episode. I know Mary and Mark certainly were, but yeah, if she was, it was very brief because I don't even remember. And then you've got Darlene a little bit with her boss. There was sort of a minor flirting thing last week with her new boss when she did the interview, and now she's gonna, I guess, be more full-time there because she quits the casino in this episode due to some harassing men, one man in particular. But so overall, I liked this episode. I didn't think it was amazing, but it was definitely funny, and it got that classic Roseanne balance of you know, humor in some fairly serious situations. I'm so glad they touched again on Becky's alcoholism. They mentioned it just briefly in the last couple of episodes, but here, you know, it was a major concern for her. You know, can I stay sober for 9 months to carry this baby? And I think that's relatable to certainly a lot of people. So I liked that we did that. Lacey, you know, look, I'll say it again. I like my Lacey in smaller doses. To give her the brunt of the storyline of this episode, I think was a little much. But she's still doing a lot better than she was in season 10 of Roseanne. It just maybe was a little much for the entire episode. We did see Sarah Chalk again. I got some comments on last week's video that she would be appearing this week, which I had not heard. So it was cool to see her playing that same character as last season. She comes in with her baby and just basically telling Becky how hard it is, and it was fun. It was a good cameo. I'm glad they brought her back for a moment, and there was a very funny exchange with her and Jackie. Jackie is still in that really wacky Jackie form, which is all right. I want her to kind of stay where she is. I don't want her to get crazier as these series continues. But overall, I really liked this episode. There's not a ton to say about it. Some of my reviews lately have been overly long, and rambling off at the mouth like I do. So I don't know. This one seems to be short and sweet, I guess. I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, I mean, I really would like to see more with the Gina character. They're just, they're popping her in every episode, and that's fine, giving her literally, 1 or 2 lines. But I really would like to explore the Gina and Mary story a little bit more. Yeah, other than that, I can't think of anything. I mean, they brought up the death of Roseanne again, certainly with the Dan and Jackie powwow about the chicken coop. Jackie basically saying, hey, when, my sister was here, you tolerated me, Dan, because of her, but now she's gone, so nobody calls me, nobody, wants me to come over, and he's just like, you're here every day, like, what, why, which actually is sort of a reference to a joke way back when Jackie was telling Dan that he didn't like her. I think that was in season 3 or something, a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, Jackie's family, everybody knows that. She can come by whenever. She's just being a little insecure, and as a man, I think Dan's just like, oh my god, like this is ridiculous. Like your family, you don't need a reason, just come over. We don't have to call you. But I like Dan and Jackie scenes. I've always liked Dan and Jackie scenes since the beginning of the series. I was glad they got that little moment of like, listen, with Roseanne not here, do you want me around? Do you need me around? Kind of thing. The chickens are me, So I enjoyed that a lot. So yeah, that's about it. I guess we can wrap it there. So grade-wise, I'm going to give it a B+. I think it was another solid episode, both funny and moving, I guess. I will say, okay, one more thing I'll add. The main lesbian character, because the one didn't really talk that much, but the one that did most of the talking to Becky about wanting the baby and stuff, boy, is she a bad actress. I don't know who she is, but she was just so wooden. I don't know why they couldn't find somebody else to fill that role. So I don't know if we'll see more of them or not, but now that Becky's not doing the baby with them, but yeah, she was not good. But anyway, other than that, I guess that's it. So give it a B+, and then we'll see the next 5 how it goes. I'm sure this series is going to get renewed. I mean, they already upped up the episodes by 1. I think the ratings are solid enough. They were never going to be Roseanne size ratings. So I think ABC should be happy with where they're at with the ratings. And that's it. Please comment below if you would like. I love hearing from you, whether it's tidbits about the show or comments about my review or comments about the show, whatever. Let's hear them all. Subscribe if you haven't. Join us on Facebook too. It's Dan Reviews It there on Facebook, and that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. Bye.